Hello guys and welcome to the channel. Today is NFP day. We're going to be trading NFP, and when it comes to Forex news trading, I've given you guys 3 different strategies that you can use to trade Forex. You can either use the Straddle strategy, which I already have a video. That is already a video on Straddle strategy. The second strategy is what I call the directional bias. The directional bias, that is already a video I have already made for you guys on the directional bias. Or you can still use the Godlove fundamental correction strategy that enable you to trade even after the news has been released. All right, the other two strategies, you always use them during the news. All right, before the news is released, you need to be able to set your target. But the Godlove fundamental correction strategy helps you to be able to trade the correction, because after every major news event there's always a correction. So the strategy helps you to be able to trade the correction, and that is also the strategy. That makes a total of 3 different strategies that you can use to trade the news. So you have to be able to practice all these strategies to be able to see which fits your trading style. All right, without taking much time, today is Friday, the 3rd of December, and this is NFP day. I'm so excited because this is one of the days where at least I know I'm going to be able to make a lot of money from the market, and I'm going to be able to maybe fatten my bank account. Right, without taking much time, if you can see on my screen, we have NFP coming up in 27 minutes. All right, we have NFP coming up in 27 minutes. You can see here we have NFP 27 minutes, and at the same time we also have unemployment rate. But anytime you have NFP and unemployment rate, you don't need to worry, because NFP is more powerful, and most of the time unemployment rate, when they are combined together, unemployment rate is negligible. All right, it's not significant. And also at the same time we have Canadian dollar employment change. I've already explained to you guys a situation where you have 2 major news events affecting different currencies at the same time. These are 2 major news events, the NFP and the unemployment rate for the Canadian dollar, affecting both the Canadian dollar and the United States at the same time. The most important thing is at the same time, because you need to be very careful the source or the choice of currency pair you're going to use. If you use a currency pair that you don't know what you are doing, if you don't choose the correct currency pair, you might end up blowing your account. All right, you might end up blowing your entire account. So here you don't make a mistake by using USD card. If you make a mistake of using USD card, there's a high probability that you blow your account, because we have 2 major news events affecting the two currencies at the same time. So you don't know if the other one is going to be positive and the other one negative, or they both going to be positive or they both going to be negative. So the best case scenario is just to use a currency pair that doesn't have USD and Canadian dollar combined. If I choose to use NFP, I can either use gold, which is SAU USD, or Great Britain pound USD. And if I choose to trade the employment change for the Canadian dollar today, I can use Canadian dollar and JPY. But I want to trade NFP. All right, I want to trade NFP, and for NFP I want to use gold. I want to try all the strategies. I want to be able to try all the strategies. On my other computer, you can see here we have my other computer, and on this computer I want to be able to record. You can see these are all live accounts. On my Straddle strategy, which is the first strategy, the Straddle strategy, I'm going to be using my 11,000 account. All right, you can see that is 11,000. That is a live account. You can see very clearly that is 11,000, and that is a live account. Now let's come down to our Straddle strategy. We are already set on the directional bias. Let's come on our Straddle strategy. On our Straddle strategy, we're going to be using, let me check to make sure this thing is recording. Yes, it's recording. So on our Straddle strategy, remember Straddle strategy, you place your buy stop above and below the current market price, as already explained. All right, so now I'm just going to calculate the account balance. I go back to my hot Forex position calculator. I put my, let's put the leverage is 1:500. Then here, since here is a meta, I'm going to be using gold SAU USD. That is SAU USD. Then calculate volume. My account balance is 11,000, right? So I put 11,000 and I hit on calculate. So you can see it showed me 12.4. So the maximum lot size I can use on this particular trade is 12.4, but I'm going to use 11.5 so that my trade should be triggered no matter what. So good, I go back here. You see how this process is very simple. It's very simple. Here I just put my 11.5. This is a very risky strategy. You can make millions in a matter of seconds and you can lose millions in a matter of seconds. I've already given you guys the risk disclaimer. You need to be able to know what you are doing. Try this on your demo account, all the strategies on your demo account, until when you are comfortable before you can try this on a real account. Good. So now we're just going to set our buy stop and sell stop below and above the current market price. We're going to put our buy stop. Let's put it on 25 pips. Because the news is still fluctuating, but we're going to regulate it to about 15 pips just before the news is released. Then we put our sell stop on 25 pips T. Let's put it on 25 pips T. Good. And we have to, you can see how the market is fluctuating. The market is not supposed to trigger any of our stops before the news is released. You need to give the market room to do whatsoever nonsense it's going to be doing, all right? But the position is not going to be triggered. That is why I'm standing a little bit, even about 40 pips, because I'm still setting. But before the news is released, I'm going to shift it to about 20 pips or about 15 pips. Good. So you can see I have my buy stop and my sell stop in place. The most important thing is setting my take profit. I'm still going to be going for 50 pips. So I modify this. Let me modify this. Let me just double click and modify. So our take profit 50 pips from here is gonna be on 50 pips is gonna be on 1780. So we have our 1780. Remember 50 pips is the same as 500 points, right? So it's gonna be on 1780. Then we set our stop loss. We set our take profit for the sell stop position. And it's going to be on 7060. So we go here, we modify, and we go on TP, and you put 7060. Good. So we have both our take profit. You can see if I'm shifting this one up and down, you can see the position is going to be shifting as well. If I'm shifting this up and down, you can see it's shifting both my take profit and my stop loss, the same thing. So your stop loss is half of your TP. So if I'm going for 50 pips, my stop loss is going to be 25 pips. All right, you just set your stop loss, the same thing. Go to modify, go to stop loss. You just calculate your stop loss. You put the same thing. So let me measure to make sure this is 50 pips. Let me measure again from here to here. This is 45. So I can just take it up a little bit. You can always increase and decrease. It's just a matter of dragging it up and down. Perfect. This is 51 pips. Then from my sell stop to my take profit, this is 62 pips. So I can always take this one again. Let me reduce a little bit. Then let's measure again. I don't want to be too greedy, right? That's 52 pips. So 50 to 52 pips. And my stop loss is going to be on 25 pips. Risk to reward of at least 1:2. So guys, you can see we are set on the directional bias strategy where we are predicting that the news might be positive. And on our straddle strategy, we are also set where we have both our buy stop and our sell stop in place. We're just going to come to this website and we're just going to be looking at the time. From this point in time, you can see that is the time ticking. We have about 12 minutes to go. The same thing here. You can see that is the time ticking. That is the time ticking. So you see all our tools are set.
A few minutes later.
We have just more 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. So let's check our position to make sure none of the position is triggered. Yes, everything is still on good standing. Everything is still on good standing. Yes, everything is still on good standing. About 5 minutes to go. That is when we'll be able to reduce it again to about 20 pips from the current market price, both on our directional bias strategy and also on our straddle strategy. So here we can see, let's see guys, let's see. My heart is already pumping. We have more 7 minutes to go. Let's check on this side. We have more 7 minutes to go, both on my directional bias strategy and my straddle strategy. I have 11,000 at stake on my straddle strategy, and I have 4,800 at stake on my directional bias strategy. That is a total of almost about $16,000 on my live accounts. You guys can see those are all live accounts. The same accounts I've been using for my new trading strategy, because when it comes to forex trading, I have different accounts for different strategies. I've advised you guys multiple times to be able to do the same thing. So these are my new trading strategies. We have more 6 minutes to go. More 6 minutes to go. So let's just wait and see. I'm just going to go back again to my chart. The most important thing is none of my positions should be triggered before the news is released, both on the directional bias and on my straddle strategy. Good. So let's wait and see.
A few minutes later.
You can see we have more 4 minutes to go. That is exactly the news is gonna be coming out at 15:30. So we have more 4 minutes to go. If you go back to this website, let's go back to investing.com. You'll be able to see we are not just forming the time up. You can see here we have more 3 minutes. We have more 3 minutes even. We have more 3 minutes to go. So we need to make sure we start tightening up our positions. So we come here. Let's make sure we start tightening up our positions a little bit. I want my distance from the current market price to be 25 pips for now. Okay, and then this one is too much, so I'm going to push it a little bit down. Okay, good. So I'm going to put this one a little bit down. I want my distance from the current market price to the entry to be 20 pips. 20 pips, because this is NFP, guys. This is NFP, and this news is very volatile. So I don't want any of my positions to be triggered before the news is released. If you go to the website, you can see we have more 2 minutes to go. Guys. More 2 minutes to go. All our positions are intact. All our traps are intact. We make sure everything is recording so that good. You can see we have 2 minutes to go. We are just checking on both pairs to make sure none of the pairs trigger. So that is what we're doing. Down here you can see those are our 2 positions on the straddle strategy, our buy stop and our sell stop.
A few minutes later.
We have more 1 minute to go. Guys. We have more 1 minute to go. My heart is actually pumping because this is actually the first time I'm using both accounts. Normally, I just used to focus on one account, but I want to show you guys this strategy, all right? We have just 1 minute to go. After this last candle, the next candle that is coming out is gonna be the NFP candle. Let's go back, let's see the distance we are standing from the current market. 20 pips, I want to stand on 20 pips because this is NFP and this market is very volatile, all right? 16, good. Guys, you see, let's go on the website. We have 28 seconds to go. Guys, this is crazy. We have 27 seconds to go. Let me make sure this one is shifted a little bit up. I don't want any of the positions to be triggered before the news is released, right? I don't want any of the positions to be triggered. Good. So let's go back. I think the news is almost out. Guys, the news is already out. Let's see what happened, guys. Good. Our buy stop is triggered already. The straddle strategy, our buy stop is triggered already, and we are already heading to our take profit, all right? Good. Our take profit is already out. Guys, we are already out on the straddle strategy. The straddle strategy has already taken us out on how much? On almost about 4,100, because we are on almost about 3,200. We are already out. We got triggered somewhere here. You can see we got triggered somewhere here, and here we are already out of the trade on the straddle strategy. That is it. So now I'm just going to be waiting to look for a reversal so that I can use now the Godlove fundamental correction strategy to get back into the market. Straddle strategy, you guys can see for yourself. On the straddle strategy, that is almost about $3,100, and the pips we've been able to mark about let me see, about 42 pips, which has given us about how many? About $3,200. You guys can see everything on the screen. So thank you guys so much for watching, guys. Make sure you check the link below to be able to check out my Discord, where we share most of these ideas. You also join other members, other thousands of members. If you want to hear from me one-on-one, make sure you check the Discord link below. If you want to use the same broker or the Patreon, make sure you check my Patreon link below. Join me on Patreon so that you can be able to hear from me one one-on-one or have most of this tutorship directly from me. Also check the link below if you want to use the same broker I use, because you need to also be able to use a very nice broker. So check the IC market link below so that you can be able to use the same broker I use. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you smash the like button below. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.